तादृशानां जनानां वस्तुतः स्वयमेव निराशा भवति, खण्डनं भवति। अस्य ग्रन्थस्य सम्पादकाः पुनः पुनः अस्माभिः अभिनन्द्यन्ते, प्रणम्यन्ते च। इदानीं कालः समागतः वर्तते। ये अस्माकं विश्वविद्यालयानुदान आयोगस्य अध्यक्षाः सन्ति, अथ च अत्र ये विशिष्टातिथित्वेन राजन्ते, तान् अहं प्रार्थये यत् ते स्वीयैः अमृतवचोभिः अस्मान् सर्वान् अनुगृह्णन्तु इति।
सबको नमस्कार। When I see the young scholars there, students sitting there, I see the future of India sitting there. All of you have used a pen drive. For how long you can keep the information there? Typically about 10 to 15 years. After that, the information will get corrupted. If you write information on a CD-ROM, you can put it for about 150 years. These are devices which can store information. They don't have any life. But for thousands of years, information was passed on from our ancestors to the present day, and it will be passed on to the future generations also. And how could that happen? It happened because we had a beautiful language, a very scientific language, which can be compressed, but you can put a lot of information there, even though the language is compressed. And the advantage of compressing the language is that you can put it in your memory very efficiently, and through recitation, when you recite it more frequently, it goes into your long-term memory, and then you pass on that from generation to generation. Without Sanskrit language, perhaps we could not have had the culture and the information from our ancestors to today. And this is the reason why many civilizations have collapsed, because they had no way of transferring this information from one generation to the other generation. So therefore, as Indians, we need to be really proud of the fact that we had such great language, Sanskrit. All of you have read the national education policy, and there is a greater emphasis on making our education multidisciplinary education. Often people wonder, why multidisciplinary education? I'll give you one simple example. About 20 years ago, the NASA scientists had a great difficulty in putting the solar panels in the satellite and send it to the space. They didn't know how to fold this. So they called an origami expert from Japan, and the origami expert and the NASA engineers, they worked together, folded these solar panels, put it in the satellite and sent it to the space. Without the knowledge of the origami expert, the NASA engineers could not have done that. And today, there is enough cognitive science research which shows that when our brain works in multidisciplinary areas, we make multiple neurological connections in our brain, and we will be able to solve problems from different areas. There is enough research on that, and that's the reason why today it is extremely important that our education becomes multidisciplinary. 100 years ago, nobody imagined what kind of jobs would be today, but today technology is evolving so fast. In next 10 years, what kind of jobs will come, we do not know. So if we train our students only in a single discipline, it's going to be very difficult for them to face the future. And that's the reason why I think even in the Sanskrit universities, it is very, very important that our education becomes multidisciplinary. While you focus on studying Sanskrit as a language, studying Sanskrit for the knowledge that it stores. You should also study other subjects and use your intellect that has grown because of your knowledge in Sanskrit in other areas and find solutions. So my request to you is that as part of our national education policy implementation, we would like to see many more multidisciplinary subjects being taught in the Sanskrit universities. And from UGC side, we are with you in helping realize this dream of multidisciplinary education. With those comments, I would like to conclude here because Dharmendra ji also has to travel elsewhere. Namaskar for giving me this opportunity.